Okay guys, welcome back. It's now time for part 2 of my Disney VHS collection 2014 edition. And where we last left off, I showed you the Big Green. Now we're going to pick up with the 1996 VHS of Homeward Bound 2 Lost in San Francisco. And I also had the first Homeward Bound movie, but it's in a cardboard slipcover case. I'll show that later. Totally Irresistible, a family winner, says American Urban Radio Networks. Nothing Short of Astounding, says Chicago Tribune. Course features the voice talents of Michael J. Fox, Sally Field, and Ralph Waite. Ralph Waite voices Shadow in this. Don Amici voiced Shadow in the first film, but I think Don Amici passed away earlier. Oh well. But I've seen the first Homeward Bound movie, but I haven't seen this one, so I'll have to check this movie out to see if it's any better. But I've heard that the print date is June 8th, 1996. But I've heard that a lot of people like the first one a little bit better, so I'll have to watch this movie to see if I agree. Next up is 1996 VHS of Aladdin and the King of Thieves, starring Robin Williams, who voices the genie. I know Robin Williams didn't voice the genie in The Return of Jafar. Instead it was Dan Castellaneta, best known for voicing Homer Simpson. Don't! Alright, but I've seen the first Aladdin movie and I've seen this one, but I haven't seen The Return of Jafar. So, but this one's pretty good. Ink label, former movie gallery rental. Print date is July 23rd, 1996. And Robin Williams impersonates Mrs. Doubtfire in this movie, which is pretty funny. In which he says, "Listen to Genie, dear. He'll be back. It takes patience." Yeah, it's funny. And next up, I showed you D2 The Mighty Ducks in the previous part. Well, guess what I have here? I got the 1997 VHS of D3 The Mighty Ducks. Far and away the best Ducks yet, says KNX Radio / CBS Radio. Yeah, I've seen the sequel before and it's not too bad. Packed with action, slapstick, hijinks, and all the glorious stuff in the movie, says The Hollywood Reporter. Rated PG and it's 104 minutes. And the scene where Goldberg is skidding down, where Goldberg and Charlie are skidding across down the hills and stuff and down the roads, and then they go off of a bridge. That part is a riot. Oh man. But like I said, this is not too bad for a sequel. This is probably my least favorite of the trilogy. Probably because Emilio Estevez is not the coach in this movie. The print date is November 22nd, 1996. All the content and everything on here is still from 1997. But I think the reason why is because this is my least favorite is because Emilio Estevez is not the coach. Because he's moving on to greater pastures with the Junior Goodwill Games, is what it says here. The Junior Goodwill Games Committee said in the movie, that the Junior Goodwill Games Committee named him Director of Player Personnel, and that he didn't have time to coach the Ducks. Alright. Next up is the 1997 VHS of Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves with Rick Moranis. I also have the first 2 films of the Honey series, but they're in cardboard slipcover cases. Here's the spine and the back. Disney brings you big time fun for the whole family. And this is another direct-to-video film. I think Aladdin and the King of Thieves is another direct-to-video film. Because the first two films in the Honey series were released theatrically. This one was not. Rated PG and it's 75 minutes. And here's the ink label. Print date is February 12th, 1997. Printed on Abraham Lincoln's birthday. But Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves is probably my least favorite in the whole series. Still a good movie though. Next up is the 1998 VHS of Flubber with Robin Williams. This is a remake of the 1961 film called The Absent-Minded Professor, which I have not seen. Outrageously funny, says WBAI Radio New York. 100% pure fun, says CNN. This is co-produced by Great Oaks, the people who made the live-action 101 Dalmatians. Rated PG and it's 94 minutes. Here's the ink label. Print date is March 15th, 1998. Yep, pretty funny film. And it's made by John Hughes, so. And John Hughes also made live action 101 Dalmatians. I guess John Hughes teamed up with Great Oaks. Next up is the 1998 VHS of Angels in the End Zone with Christopher Lloyd. Now, I've seen Angels in the Outfield, Angels in the Infield, but I haven't seen this movie, but I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I'll have to watch it to see if I agree. Lighthearted fun, says New York Daily News. I've actually watched some of this movie, and it wasn't too bad for what I saw. It's rated PG, and, well actually, let me see. It's actually not rated, and it's 87 minutes, because it aired on The Wonderful World of Disney. Here's the label. Printed on October 28th, 1998, 3 days before Halloween of that year. Oh, Aladdin and the King of Thieves is not rated and it's 80 minutes. I think I forgot to mention that. Wait, is it not rated? Yeah, I don't have time to check right now. Next up is the 1998 VHS of Air Bud Golden Receiver, sequel to the first Air Bud movie. This is the second film in the series. You and your kids will love this movie, says Kansas City Sun. Oh, a fun movie with a real bite, says Gene Wolfe's Hollywood. This is rated G and it's 90 minutes. This is the second Air Bud movie and it deals with football. I know the first Air Bud movie dealt with basketball. Here's the ink label. Print date is November 19th, 1998. I'm going to try to see if I can get the first Air Bud movie. If I can find it. If I can find it at the thrift store. Next up is the 1999 VHS of A Bug's Life. And of course, my VHS cover has Dot on it. Voiced by a very young Hayden Panettiere. Features 2 sets of hilarious outtakes as seen in theaters. And yes, they are funny. Special bonus, Jerry's Game, Academy Award winning short from Pixar. An exclusive sneak peek of Disney's Tarzan, which, that's a good movie even though I don't have it. And it's THX certified. Rated G, 95 minutes. Here's the ink label. And the print date is March 10th, 1999. And this came from Walmart, I can tell because it's on the... It says it right here. But still, Bug's Life is a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie for Pixar. Next up is the 2001 VHS of The Emperor's New Groove. Even though the film's from 2000. The grooviest animated trip since Aladdin, says USA Today. It includes the Sting music video featuring the song My Funny Friend and Me, as featured on the Emperor's New Groove soundtrack. Of course, that's a good song. Rated G and 77 minutes. I watched this movie before and it's a good one. Label. And the print date is April 5th, 2001. And features the voice talents of David Spade, Patrick Warburton, and Eartha Kitt. Next up I have the 2001 VHS of The Kid with Bruce Willis. An enchanting family film, says Robert K. Elder of Dallas Morning News. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I think I read that already. That includes a bonus feature, exclusive behind-the-scenes featurette from casting the role of the kid to becoming the kid. Here's the spine and the back. It says Spencer Breslin, Emily Mortimer, Lily Tomlin, and Jean McBride. This is rated PG for mild language and it's 104 minutes. I've only seen this movie twice in my lifetime, so I'll have to watch it again. Ink label. Print date is May 3rd, 2001. But I remember seeing it in theaters. Next up is the third Air Bud movie. Air Bud World Pup. This is a 2000 VHS. Here's the spine and the back. This is rated G and running time is 83 minutes. And it features U.S. soccer guests, 3 of them. It's a new breed of soccer dad, as it says on the tagline. Here's the ink label. It's got a blue lid. Print date is March 5th, 2003. I've seen Air Bud World Pup before, and it's okay. It's an okay sequel. Next up, my last clamshell case I have here is Max Hebel's Big Move. They're taking on the world one bully at a time. Here's the front, spine, and the back. Witty and warm-hearted, says Washington Post. An absolute charmer, says KNX/CBS Radio. A bonus feature, Alex to the Max, a behind-the-scenes featurette. Rated PG for some bullying and crude humor, and it's 86 minutes. Well, yeah, it does contain bullying in this movie because it's about bullying. Laugh Out Loud Funny, says San Francisco Examiner. Here's the ink label. Printed on May 8th, 2002. And I've watched this movie before, and it's a pretty funny film, so. And I'm going to show you guys one more VHS. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and stop here for part 2 of my Disney VHS Collection 2014 edition, in which I'll do my cardboard slipcover cases and my tapes without cases, so I'll see you guys then.